What is Kawasaki disease? Is it small vessel, is it large vessel, or is it medium vessel vasculitis? It is a medium vessel vasculitis. The first point is medium vasculitis. Okay. Now, the second point is it is a systemic vasculitis disease, remember. It is a systemic vasculitis disease. Now, if the examiners ask you in India, what is the most common vasculitis disorder in children? You may get confused between Kawasaki and HSV, but the correct answer is Kawasaki disease. The most common vasculitis in children is Kawasaki. Okay, now this is first part. Now, so who invented this Kawasaki? In 1967, Tomisaki Kawasaki is the person who first discovered this problem, and he introduced. Following him, this disease has been named as a Kawasaki disease. Okay, and there is another name for this Kawasaki disease, which is mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome. The another name is mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome. Okay, so this is a mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome. So what is mucocutaneous lymph node? There will be involvement of cutaneous layers and the lymph nodes also. And also syndrome is nothing but a group of disorders, a group of symptoms will occur at the same time. Usually we call it as a syndrome, right? So it is a Kawasaki disease, and it is a medium vasculitis disorder, and it is also known as mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome. Instead of Kawasaki, if the examiners gives you mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome, you should not get confused now. So you have to keep in mind, this is another name for the Kawasaki disease. Now, the next thing is how the child is going to be presented to you if the child got affected with the Kawasaki, or if his medium-sized vessels get affected. See, the features of the Kawasaki are, there will be conjunctival rash. Conjunctival rash can be there. And the next thing is the child will be presented with rashes all over the body. First one is conjunctival rash, and the second one is rash all over the body. And on examination, you can even see adenopathy, especially cervical lymphadenopathy can be observed. Cervical lymphadenopathy. Okay, now the next thing is, if you look at his strong tongue, it is a classical strawberry tongue is seen. Okay, now the next thing is, if you look at his hands and feet, you can observe they are swollen along with the rash. Okay, now this child is presented with the conjunctival rash all over the body, adenopathy, especially cervical lymphadenopathy, and strawberry tongue. And if you look at his hands and feet, you can classically see the hands and feet are swollen and presented with you with the rash. Okay, now you can remember it as a crash. Okay, the mnemonic is crash. So this is about the basic presentation of a child with the Kawasaki disease. Now, the another thing here it is, if you can see the picture here, if you can see here, this is a conjunctival rash. Okay, this is a conjunctival rash. This is point number 1. And you can see this child will have a strawberry tongue, right? And also you can see this is a rash, swollen hands and rash you can see over this, and you can see the feet also swollen. Okay, swollen. See, swollen feet is also presented. You can see the rash over the hands. Can you see the rash over the hands here? So these are all the classical presentation of a child with the Kawasaki disease. Now, if this question has been asked in the exam, what are the main criteria you have to remember? Usually the child will be presented with the fever. That is obviously because there is an inflammation, right? So a child with the fever and rash and adenopathy, if these options given, you may get confused because these things can be seen in so many children, so many other diseases also. So what are the additional things that examiner can add? Lymphadenopathy can be added to the option, to the question. Even lymph nodes also can be seen, but cervical, exclusively cervical lymphadenopathy, if he mentions, yes, you can go towards the Kawasaki disease. Now, that is point number one. What is the additional tip here? It is the examiner can mention strawberry tongue. Strawberry tongue can be seen in scarlet fever also. But how to differentiate between Kawasaki and many other diseases? The age group of the child is very important. And also involvement of the hands and feet is also very important. Okay. Now, so what about that? If any child comes to your hospital, see, for example, I will tell you the scenario. If a child with fever more than 5 days, complaining of fever from more than 5 days, if you look at the child age group, age is less than 5 years old. Okay, less than 5 year old with the fever more than 5 days, you have to suspect Kawasaki. You have to suspect Kawasaki, and along with that, if any additional information has been given, like strawberry tongue, adenopathy, especially cervical lymphadenopathy, and rash or swollen hands and feet, these are all the additional things for you to confirm the diagnosis of the Kawasaki. So what is the most key point that you have to remember? A child who is less than 5 years will be presented to you with a fever more than 5 days. Okay, this is the classic things that you have to remember. The another thing is, usually in these children, the coronary artery will be mainly involved. If coronary artery involves in Kawasaki disease, these children will die because of the MI, myocardial infarction. Why? Because there will be a due to coronary artery aneurysm. Coronary artery aneurysm can be seen. Okay. Now, if coronary artery involvement is there, it can become coronary artery aneurysm, which will be resulted in death in children with Kawasaki due to myocardial infarction. Now, how you are going to treat this child? You have to treat this child by giving IVIG. Okay, so this is how you have to treat this child. Now, the next is